Flip My Florida Yard is brought to you by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. Protecting Florida's environment starts with you. What you do in your yard can have an impact on the health of our environment and water resources.
Welcome to Flip My Florida Yard. On today's episode, we head to Vero Beach, where we take on a big yard with even bigger problems.
I think we've taken on a lot, but we're gonna make it work.
We show you how a rain garden can help Florida's waterways.
Hey, you gotta tear it up before you put it back together.
Have you ever done anything like this?
Not in one day.
We install large porcelain tile over concrete pavers.
I'm not nervous. I have the best team.
Then it's potted plant 101.
They thrive on being ignored.
That is my kind of plant.
We refresh old flower beds.
Make sure you've got plants in the front that are lower,
Yeah.
so they graduate up, so the ones you really love aren't lost in the back.
We upgrade an irrigation system to save water
It is definitely a more efficient way to water landscaping.
and how to manage those wild weeds.
Really, a weed is just any plant that's out of place.
Of course, the usual chaos
It's a madhouse. It's crazy.
and the reveal. All this and more on Flip My Florida Yard. We're knocking on doors
So excited.
and flipping yards into beautiful Florida-friendly landscapes, and all in 8 hours.
Is this really happening? Who's ready? Organized chaos.
Experts show us how to use Florida-friendly landscaping principles.
Putting the right plant in the right place.
Water efficiently.
Very low maintenance.
Fertilized appropriately.
All leading up to a dramatic reveal.
The best surprise of our whole life.
We're here in beautiful Vero Beach, and we're here to do one thing: flip a yard. You guys ready to flip a yard? Yeah! Let's go meet the homeowner. Clarence, Sharon, come on out here. Good morning. Good morning. You act like it's a normal morning. Come on now, we're here to flip your yard.
All right.
We are the Bell family. We really love this area. We love Vero Beach.
We have 3 grown children, empty nesters, 5 grandchildren.
We enjoy the amount of property we have. It's a little bit of upkeep.
We got weeds everywhere. We got weeds in the flower bed, around the trees.
They grow so fast, they're hard to stay on top of.
It's Clarence job to take care of the weeds.
It's all a day job. Now, one of the things we're looking for is to save on water usage and not have to water as much.
We'd like to be a sanctuary for animals to come in, birds and the wildlife that's out there.
What we hope to accomplish here is to make sure that we have as little footprint on the environment as possible.
Before you guys leave, I want to introduce you to your flip crew. This is your flip crew. Before we can start, we got to get you out of here.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Go.
Okay, you guys know where you're going, right?
Yep.
Fort Pierce State Park, you're gonna have a beautiful day there. Don't worry about us here, okay? We've got it under control. Okay, let's get to work. Okay, guys, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Okay, the Bell family just left. You know what that means? We have 8 hours to flip this Florida yard. Who's ready?
Yeah!
Where's Robin?
Right here.
Robin, you got our plan.
We got it. We're all ready to go.
And go, 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 go. Leading us through this ambitious flip is landscape architect Robin Polanski, who has over 15 years experience and has won numerous awards for her Florida-friendly designs.
I think we've taken on a lot, but we're gonna make it work.
There's a lot going on in this yard, and this yard is big. It has a lot of little areas to it that we're addressing today.
We're on a really tight deadline. It's kind of challenging knowing that there's a time frame that we've got to meet.
Well, let's look at your design here.
Okay.
Let's pick out some of the major features that we're doing here today, Robin.
Well, one of the main things was the entry. As they come in, they've got this little island with some
Yes.
existing palms and a couple of pines in there, and it just was a big maintenance issue for
Yeah.
them. We got rid of the sod, it's not necessary, and opened up the canopy just a bit, and we're
Yeah.
gonna make it nice and bright and beautiful. So as we walk up the sidewalk to the central part of the lawn, we're gonna take advantage of that great sunlight that's right there in the middle.
Yeah.
And we're gonna replace that sod with some low flowering plants. Another thing I wanted to do is to reduce the amount of sod and the need for fertilizers. We're going to connect the beds underneath these large canopy trees. We take out the sod and replace the sod with pine mulch. And then as we walk up to the front door, this is a place they spend a lot of time. So we're putting in some great porcelain pavers to make it look like it's an extension of the home, but at the same time they're outside. We continue on the sidewalk. We're going to address the drainage issue. And then on the other side of that sidewalk, we're going to put in a rain garden, and it's going to hold the stormwater that's coming off of the roof. We're also going to put in some grasses all along the pond edge to give it a more natural look, and that also helps to keep any of the stormwater going into that pond. My clients love being in this coastal community. They don't want to see it polluted, and so my job as a landscape architect is to show them how they can do that.
You think we got this?
I know we got it.
All right,
we
let's
got
do
it.
Girl, let's do it. How we develop land for future growth will have a lasting environmental impact.
Because water is a finite resource, we have to do better.
Ed Bravo is working with developers to bring Florida-friendly landscaping into new home designs.
My partner is a developer, I'm a nurseryman landscaper, and that's not something you see every day in the state of Florida.
We have spent a lot of hours together before we put the first shovel in the ground to create some very exquisite landscapes. They are sustainable, they have longevity.
This unique partnership has Ed Bravo involved in the early stages of development, allowing him to make decisions about plant selection and water efficiency.
I'm included from the planning stage, the installation stage, the maintenance stage. We have to find ways of conserving water, designing irrigation systems with new technologies and better design criteria.
Ed is very meticulous, and he thinks ahead, but he's looking after us. Every time he drives by, he sees a problem way ahead.
We've gone from the traditional methods of irrigating with high-volume irrigation throughout a project to the Florida-friendly landscape designs. We try to use more natives. We try to incorporate plant groupings that require less maintenance.
Growth in Florida is inevitable, but partnerships between landscapers and developers will be critical to help protect Florida's most precious resource, our water.
We are able to save a considerable amount of water and impact the environment in a much more friendly way.
Okay, let's get back to our flip. Have you ever done anything like this?
Not in one day.
One of the principles of a Florida-friendly landscape is to reduce stormwater runoff. Spencer Porteous is installing a rain garden in the front yard to do just that. Okay, so where are we standing right now here?
We're standing in the bottom of the future rain garden.
So why do we need a rain garden here, Spencer?
Well, we're going to try to catch the first inch of rain off this house. It's going to come down this slope, and the problem is it fills in with water, and it's real muddy down there. So we're putting a drain box. We're going to redirect and catch all that water, bring it down here, and have it flood in here, and we'll have water-loving plants down in here.
So it's going to stay here versus continue its journey down here to the pond.
Right.
This is that really attempt to reduce their stormwater runoff.
What a lot of homeowners have to consider when they are managing their stormwater are the things that are being carried in that stormwater. There is sediment. There are nutrients that are being washed off. Reducing stormwater also affects nearby waterways because now we're not going to have all of that sediment running into them.
That's a lot of water making its way down this hill.
A lot. And we're going to be able to catch it in here. As the water goes down through, the sand captures the particulates, and it just lets clean water go all the way down to the aquifer.
What's your worst fear today?
What's for lunch?
Oh my gosh. Well, we're in a good position if that's your worst fear.
Anything that we can do to help the environment and make the homeowners happy, it's a win-win.
Look at the mess we have made. They're working on our rain garden over there. You can see them building that swale where that water's gonna hold and go down versus out. These beds, they're getting cleaned up. We're pressure washing the rocks. Look at this bed. Looks so much better already. Robin and her crew are refreshing the Bell's existing flower beds by trimming and pruning to bring in more sunlight, removing plants that aren't thriving and replacing them with plants better suited for the area. They're pressure washing all the landscape rocks and adding drip tube irrigation to save on water. And they'll finish it off with pine needle mulch to cut down on weeds. For the homeowner who has a flower bed, what tips would you have just to kind of refresh that bed?
Mulch is the finishing touch. I think that's part of it. The other thing is layering. Make sure you've got plants in the front that are lower, so they graduate up, so the ones you really love aren't lost in the back. And really know your sun. Know where your sun's going to be at what time of day, so that we get plants that work.
Well, this is going to be one of the first things they see, so I'm really excited. Can't wait to see this come together. I love what we got going on here. This is where Robin has connected these two large canopy trees.
By replacing the sod under these large shade trees with self-mulching beds, we are cutting down on maintenance and saving water.
We have selected plants that are very drought tolerant. We have reduced a significant amount of the turf grass that has to be maintained.
Ramon!
Hey, what's up, kid?
How you doing, man?
All right.
Ramon Cavalcanti and his crew are overseeing our hardscape project today.
Last time I was here, it was just a bunch of sand, and this was all concrete pavers. We had a concrete sidewalk going over here. This product's going to kind of tie it all together, right?
Definitely tie everything together.
Ramon and his crew are laying down large porcelain tile over the Bell's existing concrete sidewalk and pavered patio. This installation involves using sand as a leveling agent, and then the large porcelain tile is installed over the sand.
So we're taking a really high-end product and engineered porcelain and dressing up their front porch and really giving them a resilient and maintenance-free area.
So, Ramon, these cracks, what are we going to fill those with?
We fill that with mason sand.
Mason sand?
Yes.
Are we going to finish on time?
Definitely.
Definitely.
I'm not nervous to get this complete. I have the best team.
A Florida-friendly landscape impacts Florida in the most positive of ways, and that is what we're aiming for.
Here to showcase some of the Florida-friendly plants being installed today is local Indian River County Extension agent Nikki Monroe.
This is a penta. They come in a variety of colors. They are super easy to grow. They go from part sun to full sun without any issues. They are drought tolerant, and anyone who wants to start doing a little bit of a change in their landscape can't go wrong with this plant.
Right. Lots of color.
Lots of color, and it attracts your little bees and butterflies that you want to provide for in your landscape. Provide for wildlife is one of our Florida-friendly principles. This is an easy way for you to enjoy the plant and the wildlife that you're inviting into your yard. This little container has a plant that is called plumbago.
Okay.
Once you have gotten it established properly in your landscape, it is drought tolerant. It will go from part shade to full sun without any issues. So this means it will grow well under an oak tree as well as in the blazing sun of your front yard.
Lots of color. Sharon wanted lots of color.
Yes.
It's going to bring that, right?
Absolutely.
And the last but not least.
Although it doesn't have any berries on it right now, this is beautyberry. This plant prefers part to full shade. So it's going to stay with the beautiful green leaves, and after a while when it matures on out, it legitimately puts out magenta looking colored berries that the birds are going to come and eat, and so you'll have the birds visiting your landscape because you have provided for them. We have planted a significant amount of plants that will attract wildlife. We've got some beautyberry going in. There are pentas that are going to provide nectar sources. There are also some very tiny porter weeds that are going to grow and be very, very good. And we also have a bird feeder that is going to be able to feed all of the birds that are already passing through.
Well, you know, our homeowners right now are out enjoying one of our many incredible state parks.
Oh, wonderful.
And I'm sure they're just dying to know what's going on in their yard.
Speaking of Florida state parks, let's check in on Clarence and Sharon to see how they're doing.
Today is warming up. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Fort Pierce Inlet State Park has both beach access and inlet access, making it a great place to surf, swim, fish, kayak. The family is going to take a kayak tour of the mangroves around the Spoil Islands in the Indian River Lagoon.
One of the first things I noticed when we came into the park is just the cleanliness. The sea grapes automatically caught my eye, as well as the palm trees and the saw palmettos.
We learned about the mangroves, how they grow, how they replicate.
A lot of wildlife, a lot of marine life as well, and it's just beautiful how it all comes together. Being in the park today helps me think about protecting our environment, again, starting at home the things we do there.
And it doesn't take much if we all do a little bit. I think a lot of work is going on in a very short amount of time.
I'm very nervous, excited. I just can't wait to see it.
Let's get back to the flip.
It's 2 o'clock. Let's get a little look, see how the yard is coming. All this drip tube irrigation is being woven throughout this entire landscape. This is gonna save a whole lot of water and put the water right where it's needed. Our porcelain tile is looking beautiful. We're gonna finish it, right, Ramon? Yes! Yes!
Robin's design calls for potted plants along the sidewalk. Nikki Monroe gives us a few tips for planting in pots.
You know, this is something that I really struggle with. I asked you to come out here and show me something I think you know a lot about, and that's how to get one of these to grow in one of these. I'm hoping you're gonna help me today.
I am definitely going to help you. We've prepared this with a little bit of pea gravel at the bottom. That is going to enhance drainage and also help to reduce the amount of soil that comes out at the bottom.
Nikki says that pots that are exposed to rain need a hole for drainage, but pots that are placed in a controlled environment don't.
What I want you to use are these coffee filters and cover up the pea gravel inside. You're gonna lay these in there like you're putting it on pizza. This is going to stop the soil and the roots from mixing in with the pea gravel. So I have some of the soil from the other plants in this pot, and I'm just gonna throw it in here.
I mean, you've got leaves in here, but that's all good, right? All that stuff just gets worked in there?
It's just gonna compost on out in the bottom. You want a dry fit. You wanna test out the fit of your plants before you really put them in there.
You said dry fit, so literally you're setting them in there, just kind of getting a feel for how it's gonna look.
Yeah, and to also not commit myself to a particular look of the plant. We're gonna just go ahead and tuck him right in there. We'll put a little bit of soil. Then you're gonna take your other plants and do the same thing.
In what, 6 months? What's this gonna look like?
Lots of color for a very long time. This is really great for people who have difficulty getting down into a flower bed. It is also really great for people who have limited access to landscape in general. They can still have a plant of their own.
It is taking like the magic of a flower bed and kind of being able to place it wherever you want it. And let's go find a home for this. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Before we jump back into our flip, Tom Wickman from Florida Friendly Landscaping Program shares some maintenance tips on weeding.
Weeds are everywhere, and unfortunately, they're the bane of everyone's existence. But really, a weed is just any plant that's out of place. Now, let's think about preventing them in the first place. If you're creating a new landscape bed, maybe we can use a fabric ground cloth that can keep them from growing in the very first place. A nice 2 to 3 inch layer of Florida-friendly organic mulch. You put that in, the chunkier the better. That'll help keep the weeds down and keep those seeds from germinating. Now, if the weeds are already there, what do? You can get on your hands and knees and do a little weeding. Don't wait for them to get up to your knees. Just because it's easier, get them while they're small, before they can reseed. We've got lots of different tools to help you get those weeds out. And if it just gets to be too much, there are herbicide products that can help as well. We have pre-emergent herbicide products which will prevent the weed seeds from germinating, but you have to have all the weeds out of that bed first. You also have post-emergent herbicide products that we use once those weeds are there already, so it's gonna kill those existing weeds. And make sure you follow the label instructions. On any product, it's so important, the label is the law. Managing weeds, that doesn't have to be so difficult, but keeping those weeds under control will keep the landscape looking better and keep your plants healthy.
Let's get back to the flip.
We're getting close, right?
We're getting close.
Okay.
How much time do we have?
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
So this right here is a great motivator.
No way.
Motivate the troops. We don't want to humiliate, we want to motivate, right?
You all are fantastic, so take a deep breath, get yourself a drink. Thank you all.
Okay, that was good. Too much positivity, okay?
Oh,
it needs more like this. Okay, everybody, if we don't get this done in 5 minutes, there's no lunch, okay? No lunch.
What inspired me, particularly on this project, was the water. They have a very unusual lot that they have this beautiful pond. They wanted to keep their little local water body clean. And I love doing that. Any water body can benefit from having smart landscaping.
Last time I was here, there was just a bunch of dirt. Now we've got, what is this stuff? This is like
shell rock.
And now why do we have shell rock here?
When the water drains down from the house to that drain and out here, the shell stays put as opposed to mulch, which could get washed away.
So you've got some plants around here. Talk to me about these plants you have.
These are all Florida natives. The guys lower like wet feet a little bit, and the guys up on the top like it drier.
Clarence is going to love that. You know, he was really concerned about this runoff constantly coming off their yard into that pond. He's hoping this kind of stuff is going to really clear that pond up a little bit, make it a little more healthy for the fish in there.
It sure will.
Our irrigation system pumps a lot of water.
6 months ago, the well that supplied water for irrigation ran dry, and a new, deeper well had to be drilled.
All of this water is coming directly out of the aquifer through this wells, and so we're concerned about water usage.
To help the Bell family water more efficiently, we brought in irrigation specialist Luther Peterson.
We are removing sprinklers that spray water above ground. We are going to put in drip line. Drip line is much more effective because it waters the soil below the mulch.
Luther.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing, buddy. How about you?
Your hand's been in the dirt, haven't they?
Yeah, you know how it goes, right?
It's go time here in the house. Like, we got a couple hours left, but I see your team has drip tubes strung all over this yard. What is drip tube?
So basically it's a poly tubing that has an emitter built inside of it, and you'll see every 12 inches there is a hole, and that's where the water actually leaks out. Each one of those holes will emit 0.9 gallons per hour. Wow. So if you run it an hour, you get almost a gallon of water out of each hole.
So some people are familiar with the soak hose. This is different, right?
Yes, soak hose is a porous hose that leaks out. It almost sweats. The longevity is not near as long as this. This stuff lasts a lot longer and works a lot better. Yes, sir.
We're coming back in here and putting this in replace of what?
Pop-up sprinkler heads. Nice thing about drip line is you reduce the amount of ground you're watering. So you're preventing weed growth because you're only watering at the base of the plants instead of watering the overall bed. Each section of your yard needs a certain amount of water depending on shade, depending on sunlight, depending on plants.
Show me how this goes together here.
All right, it's pretty simple. We're going to remove the sprinkler head. We're going to screw the adapter fitting, make it sure it's good and tight. We'll take a measurement of where we want it. We don't want to cut it right at the emitter.
Okay. No glue, no nothing, just sticks right on there.
That's it, yes, sir.
That took 8 seconds. Goodness
And then
gracious.
it's just getting it in place.
And so this needs to stay on the surface, right?
Yes, it does. We want it under the mulch, and the reason is we don't want the UV rays beating on it all year long and deteriorating it. The mulch actually works as that barrier from the sun to keep the moisture where it needs to be.
Okay. One of the things that Robin likes to do is bring these plants away from the house. Before, these plants are right up against the house.
We always plant plants 3 feet away from the house. And there's a reason for that, so that somebody could get behind it, maintain the plant. And also, if you think about it, if a window washer wanted to get in there and do his thing, they wouldn't disturb the plants. And the plants need to breathe, so we're giving them some space.
Talk to me about this path. This is nice.
Oh, yeah. I put a path in every yard so people can get in it and get their hands dirty. Because if the bed is too deep and too wide, it just starts to get overgrown, and they kind of lose that feeling of being in a garden. And it always just gives that natural feel.
They're going to love this.
I think they'll love this.
It's go time. Homeowner's going to be here in 30 minutes. It's a matter of throwing down some mulch, cleaning up a few things, and getting ready for the homeowners. This yard is officially flipped. You're smiling.
All right.
You're smiling.
I'm excited.
We're gonna get you up there, but we gotta get you blindfolded first. So
Okay.
let's bring the glasses here. Let me get a quick picture right here. 1, 2, 3.
Flip my Florida yard.
We're not in a hurry.
All right.
We are.
We kind of know, I know you are.
We worked so hard to get this done. I cannot wait for them to get the first peek at this.
When I count to 3, you're gonna remove your glasses. Ready?
Oh, boy.
1, 2, 3. Remove your glasses.
Before, Clarence and Sharon's front yard was full of weeds, unorganized and not very Florida-friendly. 8 hours later, we've given them a Florida-friendly flip, complete with new flower beds full of drought-tolerant plants that will attract pollinators. We've mulched every bed to cut down on weeds and retain moisture. A rain garden that will reduce stormwater runoff and minimize pollution draining into their pond. We rehabbed their old flower beds. Their new drip tube irrigation system will reduce water usage by putting the water right where it's needed. Large porcelain tile ties the sidewalk and patio together, creating a wildlife viewing area. Additional features include a bird feeder and bath to attract wildlife, and large clay pots full of colorful plants. Their new yard is both Florida and wildlife friendly.
When I took my glasses off, it just seemed brighter, open, and just beautiful. Like I said, I had to do a second take. Like, this is my front yard?
Oh no, look.
The beauty it adds, the brightness that it adds. It turns the whole front into a different look. Excellent job. What a beautiful design. What a beautiful design.
Enjoy.
Robin nailed it. She listened, she brought it all together.
You did qualify for a Florida-friendly landscape recognized yard.
It makes me feel better to know that the water is going into the rain garden rather than washing over into the pond directly.
I'm going to spend a lot more time outside, a lot more time in my front yard. Thank you for flipping our Florida yard.
You know, after getting to know Clarence and Sharon, it's clear they love Florida and want to do their part to protect it. And we hope they enjoy their new Florida-friendly landscape. Well, that's our show. We hope you're inspired to help Florida's environment by starting in your own yard. And remember, everybody doing a little, well, that's a whole lot.
We are absolutely enjoying our Florida-friendly landscape. The birds, the hummingbirds, and all the pollinators.
We're enjoying the outdoors more. We're getting out more.
And apply all the 9 principles as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Flip My Florida Yard is brought to you by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. Protecting Florida's environment starts with you. What you do in your yard can have an impact on the health of our environment and water resources.